Welcome everyone to the fifth CoreCast. We are joined here today by Alex Miller.
Hey guys.
Emma.
Yep.
Gabe.
Yep.
Yeah, Gabe's here. And myself, Taylor. What's going on, guys?
Not a whole lot.
Not a whole lot.
It's Halloween.
It is Halloween.
Oh yeah, the Halloween episode.
October 30th.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
This one's gotta be
We started off. Cue thunder lightning strike.
Yeah.
We start off with like oohing. All right, so yeah, Miller, you're actually they can't see this right now, but you are Chewbacca.
Yeah, I'm
Right
in
now.
my Chewbacca costume.
It is a onesie.
Yeah, it's just pajamas from Walmart.
Wow.
Well, we are college students. Gotta live.
30
Gotta live
bucks well
properly.
spent.
Okay. So, well, what's new? We were off last week because of circumstances. Gabe was home,
I went home.
so we
Taylor,
didn't
were
want
you
to.
here?
I
I
would
was
have.
here, yeah.
I would have still done it.
Yeah,
So-
I was busy with something last weekend. I was
There was a lot going on.
I was doing something.
I did
People
a
were
lot of
going
sleeping.
home. I was doing something. People were doing.
I went
stuff.
home. My mom was like, "You need to just bake nonstop
Gabe,
because no one
cookies.
else in my house can bake."
Cookies
so
now.
Really?
I made a lot of pumpkin spice cookies and brownies.
Oh, those are
You
good.
can bake, Gabe.
Yes,
Do
very
you
well.
do you enjoy
You're
it?
hired.
I do enjoy it. Yeah.
Nice.
You should bake us some baked goods.
Yeah, be careful with that knowledge. People will ask you for baked goods now.
Oh man.
Hey, if you provide the
We
supplies,
could have a
I'll
core
bake
bake
whatever.
sale. Although we really have no need for money.
We don't need
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
never mind.
Yeah, budget. Since we last met, our budget has passed. So like,
Yes.
Woo, snaps.
yay.
In the spirit of scary things, since it is almost Halloween, that Republican debate the other
Oh
day.
my goodness! Wow. Yeah.
I didn't watch it.
The
That
winners.
was fun.
I have the winners right here.
The
Mark,
winners?
Wait, who won?
Mark Rubio.
Winner.
Yeah, Mark Rubio
Marco,
definitely.
Marco Rubio.
Marco Rubio.
Ted Cruz. And John
Ted Cruz.
Kasich.
Yeah, Kasich.
Donald
Yes.
Trump, imagine that. He probably just
Wait, he
because
won?
his name-
He
Why are there
barely
so many
spoke.
winners?
Donald Trump can barely open his
Christie,
eyes.
Chris Christie.
Yeah.
And then the losers
It's
were
all the
Jeb
plastic
Bush.
surgery.
Thank the
Yeah.
Lord.
He spoke a lot, but he was kind of speaking nonsense. I don't know.
Unclear Ben Carson.
Yeah, definitely.
Who was it that said the thing about, oh, let's just cure the 4 major diseases?
I think it was one of the winners actually.
Oh,
Was
God.
that Kasich?
Well, like, he probably just won because he actually had something to suggest. It
Yeah.
was ludicrous,
Let's
but
cure
he
the diseases.
suggested
Everyone's like,
something.
well, that would solve
Let's just
the
cure
problems.
them. Oops,
Yeah.
dude.
So I like the story behind this is that I like watching the debates up to the primaries because people are just insane. Like it is the best entertainment I can find on television nowadays. So I put it on in the Cortex last night,
Watched
or
it.
not last night. Was it last night or was it like on the?
Maybe 2
I
days
think it
ago.
was 2 days ago.
Oh yeah, it wasn't in the Cortex. It was in the Watchtower, and people just joined in. It was between that and the Mets game.
Was it?
We-
I don't know.
No, it was 2
Was it
nights
on
ago.
Wednesday?
The Mets got destroyed.
Yeah, because the Mets
That
got
was
ripped.
unfortunate.
That was
That was
bad.
Tuesday night with the Mets.
No, that was Wednesday.
No, because we were doing stats and they were watching the game, right?
No, but there were 2 Mets games. It's a World
There's more than
Series.
one game.
So
Oh. I
the
didn't
first
know
Mets
that
game
either.
was on Tuesday. Yeah, I didn't know it either.
I thought there was one game.
I
It's
didn't
like
even
the
start
Super Bowl,
watching
but there's, like,
baseball
all
until
games
There's
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
7
So,
of them, apparently.
I
but
didn't know that. I thought there were 4.
the
Okay.
first game was on Tuesday, and that's when we did stats. On Wednesday, there was another Mets game, and then that's when the Republican debate was because Thursday the Mets were off because they're switching from Kansas to New York to playing.
Oh, to make it fair,
I
they
guess
get to play in their
the
home field.
the
and
Mets
then-
are getting
I
wrecked
feel like-
right now.
yeah.
So
If you lose, I feel like you lost. Like that's it. I don't know. I, guess
I
they
have
get
family
redemption.
members that are fan of the Mets, but I myself have never been like indoctrinated into that. So
I went
just,
to a Yankees game over the summer, but that's only because they bought tickets for every single Bloomberg intern.
Oh,
So we
really?
didn't even watch the game.
Wow.
We just sat in the
That's
crowd
pretty
and like
nice.
laughed at each other for
Like,
for a
yeah,
couple
sports.
hours.
sports ball.
They were like, "You can leave
Sports
work
ball.
early to go."
Corded sports. So I found it. Mike Huckabee.
Yeah, Mike Huckabee. Yeah.
His quote.
He's
we
running
need to
again?
be focusing on what
Yeah.
fixes this country. And I'll tell you one thing that we never talk about. We haven't talked about it tonight. We aren't talking about it. Instead of cutting benefits for old people, cutting benefits for sick people, we don't say, why don't we say, let's cure the 4 big cost-driving diseases? diabetes, heart disease, cancer, and Alzheimer's. Yeah, let's just cure
There's a
them.
question
Yeah,
mark
you
at
got
the
a
end
point
there.
there, Mike.
And Alzheimer's?
Yeah,
Why don't
Alzheimer's.
we?
Alzheimer's?
Like,
Alzheimer's.
I don't know, because we
Governor,
haven't
I'm
found
sorry.
the cure yet.
If you don't do that, you... Thanks, Rachel Maddow. If you don't do that, you don't just change the economy, you transform the lives of millions of hurting Americans.
What does he think that we're doing? Sitting around, like,
Gosh, I'd love to talk about something
twiddling
like
our
that.
thumbs?
Yeah. Well, his reasoning behind this, it doesn't quote it here, but his reasoning behind this, if I remember correctly from the debate, was that when he was a kid, polio was cured. But the problem is that polio is a disease you can get a vaccine for. These are
It's a
diseases you
virus.
can't get. Yeah, you can't get vaccines for these diseases. They're like
Yet.
chronic.
Yeah.
They're not caused by like a bacteria or a
it's
virus.
not like we're not working on this.
Yeah,
don't
I
know
mean,
what,
like
that's his solution
you
to
can
America.
fund the scientists working on this right now because I know they're in desperate need of money. Like seriously. So I don't know. It's just something that I think it's just that's actually a good topic, the lack of awareness of technology and science in politics. Because there was also another fantastic quote from the Republican debate
Do you remember
about
it?
it was about technology.
It was like, fix the Silicon Valley.
Oh yeah, they thought Silicon Valley was in a bad economic state, like it's in danger.
Well, it's in danger of popping because it's a bubble. But
they're talking about people like getting hired there,
Like, as if that was hurting.
yeah.
the thing is though, you gotta imagine what they do is they go to the meeting and there's it's them as the candidate and 40 people
Mhm.
who are you need to talk about this, you need to talk about this, and there's okay, and then in translation, by the time it gets to that person, it's already misconstrued, and then they tell it to him and he writes it down, and then when he reads the note, he only remembers half of it. It gets really complicated because there's so many people involved in these speeches.
Right. But it also kind of shows how little these candidates know, because if they naturally knew about this already, they wouldn't have trouble getting that
But you
lost in
can't
translation.
know about that much stuff.
Yeah.
Right,
they're not
but
really, they're not scientists. They're
no, but you would hope that they are in some way, right? What else do you want them to be?
I mean, yeah, you would want them to be
Educated?
yeah,
Yeah,
Well, I
you
mean, they're
want
educated.
your
They're
leaders
not,
to be educated.
but yeah, you want them to be smart.
They have to. I would expect
a
that
lot
these
of
people are of
different,
the know.
But you gotta imagine, they went to college, right? We're in college, and you know people here who are, poli-sci majors who are complete, idiots. And, 20 years from now, they might run for governor or, president or something.
Yeah. Oh,
And,
I know him. He's
yeah.
terrible.
Oh, God! No!
People are supporting him.
And so it's
I don't know.
they're oh my god, I can't believe I did so bad on the anthro test. And it's but then 20 years later, it's they got asked something related to that class, and, they don't remember.
Yeah. Well, I think it's a good point to also look at if all the people getting into politics nowadays don't know anything about technology or science, then that's sort of indicative that the people that do know stuff about technology and science aren't, why aren't the people that know about technology and science going into
Yeah, especially because
politics.
so many things are
Because
more, geared towards
why
technology and
would
science
you?
and all that.
exactly, right? Why would you
there's
go into
no
politics?
there's no incentive for me to not go to the workforce and go to become a state representative and then try to work my way up.
Right. Why would I go into the
Public servitude.
yeah, why would I go into
Dungeon.
the great machine of public servitude that is very poorly oiled right now? And instead of going into, Silicon Valley and making tons of money, where I have more influence there, because I have money.
Yeah, it's if I wanted to do politics, I wouldn't be in tech anyway.
Yeah, maybe if there needs to be a computer science or scientist people who just they just want to see the country better off, just for the good of the country.
I don't know, man.
I'm
It's
not sure
hard.
if this was brought up
Sergey
at the
Brin for
debate,
president.
but I would much like to hear what they have to say about gun control.
No, that wasn't brought up. I remember they didn't talk about that. They talked about
Should
tax
have.
tax laws. They talked about foreign domestic foreigners,
Mhm.
Illegal immigrants?
immigrants,
Okay.
yeah, that type of stuff.
Or exporting jobs.
Yeah, well, that's what they were saying about Silicon Valley, is that they were afraid that the people coming in outside of America are taking jobs up in Silicon Valley, which is true because we have a huge deficit.
Oh, man. You remember the education quote?
Huh?
Oh my god, the guy who was he was talking about education, and he was we don't have enough trained, people trained in skills, or skills
Oh, I remember
Something
I remember somebody talking about that. I was pretty outraged by
Yeah,
that.
we were like, what?
I was freaked out.
You gotta train them. You
Yeah.
gotta make it affordable.
Oh yeah, no, they were like, yeah, why don't we have they had such a poor misunderstanding of like the skills that you need for, because when politicians, they like to talk about STEM things, like STEM education. And that's
what's
great
up
and all,
and
and they want to get STEM started early in high school, which is great, but they're under, some of them, at least I got that impression from whoever was talking at the debate, that some of them, that person at least believed that you could train someone enough by the end of high school for them to go into the workforce in Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
Which is completely false.
Well, it depends.
That's what
Maybe
it
if
is.
like your
On
high
what
school
you
is
do.
specifically
Yeah.
geared towards that. But
Well,
like,
they have things like
Not
business
even.
programs.
So I went
I
went to the UK and I went to one of the high schools there.
Yeah.
And they have like 2-year kind of like associate degree programs called sixth form.
Yep.
And like you study whatever you want. And so like, can you work in the industry with an associate's? I would say probably.
Maybe an associate. I'm just
But, like,
saying that
is
you
it
can't go
worth-
straight out of high school.
Is it worth taking if you replace English and history with like more math and science, is it worth like losing that stuff? And it's like, I don't really know, because like while I would like more people to be in tech, it's like I want them to also be like educated as like people.
I think it's critical to still have English and social,
'Cause you gotta think, like,
social studies. Because if
this-
you have technology education, that's great. But if you don't have context for that either, then
the smartest
you're
people
just as dumb as they
are
are.
the people in tech, because they did their English and history, and then like now they also do like tech stuff, versus like people who are in English and history who are just only doing that.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know.
With our current like education system, there's no. What I'm saying is that with our Americans' current education system, by high school, even if you start them early in high school, there's no way you could train them to be ready for a job in the tech industry, at least in like Silicon Valley type stuff.
Is that
by the
really
end of
what
high
they
school.
were gearing it towards? Is
I
like
heard
Silicon
some
Valley jobs?
implication like that. They said they were implying that why aren't our children trained to... I remember the original question didn't even have to do with this stuff. They were just like dodging it. But like they were saying that they were disappointed in how we didn't have enough skilled people coming out of high school getting ready to work. Because their idea of, that's the American dream, right? You can do whatever you want. You go out, you work, then you win, right?
done with high school, go get a job.
But
Not really.
but with tech, you need skill. Like that's not an unskilled job.
And that's like the major hiring industry
Right.
right now.
You're like everywhere.
To make it big, you have
We
to
have
education.
we have enough people. Like we still need people in the tech industry still, which is why they're all getting freaked out about people coming in from other countries because they want to
They
get
wanna
away
hire
from their
Americans,
countries
yeah.
and come to the great opportunity that's here in the tech industry. But they have skill training because
That's like the
they
thing.
have
It's
other
like,
countries.
you can't be mad if people are stealing your job if you're unskilled. Like, it's like, oh, I dropped out of high school,
Yeah.
and I can't believe this guy with a master's degree in computer science is taking my job.
Yeah,
And it's
like-
like, you're not qualified for the job anyway. Like,
Right.
It's not taking a job that you would be able to fill.
Yeah, like if they're better than you, like you can't really be upset about
Yeah,
that.
but a lot of European countries will pay you to go to college.
Right.
So then go to Europe.
But we don't
If
do
it's such a
that
problem.
because
That's my point. We charge $20,000 a year to go to school.
in the
In a
best deal
cheap-
you
yeah,
can
like-
get.
in an in-state, something.
Yeah, because people will pay for it.
Because we don't have any other
we don't
option.
Have a choice.
Because
But,
what
like,
else are we
I
gonna
don't
do?
know, It's
Yeah,
wor-
like,
it's
we
definitely
kinda
worth
have
it.
to.
And then when I talk to
Go
other
jobs.
people, what?
I was like, we kind of have to go to college if we want to go get jobs and stuff. Like,
Right.
But
And sometimes that's not even enough, depending on the type of college
Yeah,
education
true.
you get.
My sister has a degree in computer science, and she's got straight A's, and she can't get a job. She has a job now, but it sucks, so she's trying to get a new one, and she just, she applies to new jobs every day, and she just gets turned down, or she goes to an interview and then gets turned down, and it's like, it's unbelievable.
Yeah. It's a difference in quality of education as well, because there's no set standard. Like, if you go get a computer science degree in one school, it may be completely different than another one. So,
Yeah, ABET only helps so much.
yeah.
So it's like,
what is that, ABET?
it's like the board of, they're like a board that come and check our tests to make sure that we're actually testing people and not just
Oh.
handing out A's. But like, it doesn't really test.
Like the difficulty or the quality?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
They also look at, like, how many people get jobs as well.
Like from that
Especially Eileen had, like, to
But
advertise
it's
that.
very low what ABET does. Like ABET's like, okay, you've hit the minimum.
ABET, Accreditation Board for Engineering and Technology.
Yep.
Yeah.
Actually, we recently got reaccredited, and I was at they brought in a bunch of STAR students into like a meeting, and so I was included in that somehow. And I got to sit in a room with a bunch of other people from freshman through senior, who were involved in things or like had good grades or did well, or had jobs and stuff. And we just talked to the ABET people who were just, people in suits and kind of old, and they had a good sense of humor. I was glad about that, but they just sort of asked us a few questions. It was weird because it was like we were brought in for an interview, but there was like, I don't know, 20 of us. And so that's what they do, though. They just come by, check to make sure that you're not like you actually know things.
Yeah. It's like, what's a for loop? I don't know.
Yeah, like if none of us in the room could have answered that, they would have been like, that's suspicious. Yeah.
Well, so here's a question for you. Do you guys know what a LEED certification is?
No.
No idea.
Is that like light, energy, something in power? Or something?
Leadership in energy and environmental design. So it's like a sustainability thing. It's
Yep.
really big in engineering right now. So like if you're a LEED accredited engineer, that's huge. Like that count. Well, maybe not huge.
But how could you be a LEED accredited engineer?
Well, you take some classes and
No.
Is there like a test after that?
probably.
I would hope so.
You just, I don't know.
You just take the class
Yeah,
and like
it's like you're good.
D's. Oh, good job.
It's like
Like-
getting
Close
it's
enough.
like getting a security certificate probably in computer science.
Oh yeah. That's
Isn't that like really involved?
Security?
Yeah.
According to
Jesse,
Well,
what you heard
like-
from Jesse, it seems very involved. I don't know personally. I was just at a talk today
Mhm.
from an engineer that works at Netflix, and one of his closing statements was, if you have a computer science degree, that means you've done something really hard. If you have and he's like the lead security engineer at Netflix, and he was like, if you work in security, that's not the same kind of difficulty as computer science, because all you have to do is learn a couple of different things. You don't really have to understand algorithms or data structures the way a computer science degree has to. But a certification requires, passing a certain test and all that.
I just
stuff.
recall Jesse saying something like a 48-hour test.
Yeah, he has
Like,
to go through some serious
insane.
certification things.
You have to take a nap in the middle of the test.
Yeah.
All right, get back to it.
Yeah, no, whatever he's interested in is some pretty involved stuff. I don't know it as well because I'm not a security person,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, I should be. It will probably improve my code in ways that the industry would appreciate.
But
A
it
lot.
might not. You could just end it like. I feel like a lot of security people who don't have CS degrees just end up being like script writers. It's like all they do is
Right.
like check stuff and write bash scripts all the time.
And that's what the difference.
which might not be like the
But, like,
best.
it could never.
Because like there's a
hurt.
difference between like coding and programming. Because like one is like I don't know how to explain the difference.
They've always been interchangeable. in
But they're
my
not.
vocabulary.
Right.
That's like the thing.
The difference between coding and programming is merely how coding is just writing code.
Okay.
Programming involves designing a system.
Okay.
Okay,
okay.
it's like the difference between writing an essay and writing a novel, like
Okay,
sort of.
Yeah.
Like I'm not a professional writer, but I could write words on paper.
Right.
Mhm.
And
But like
anyone, even if it's
So,
not
like-
popular, anyone and their mother can write code.
Yeah, anyone can code. Not everyone can program.
Not everyone
Yeah.
can program.
Yeah. Okay.
I can teach you in like an hour
I can
to
do it
code.
later.
To program, that requires a lot more in-depth
Yeah.
thought
Okay.
about
can't
what you're
program
doing.
at all.
But that's why you go to school.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
So you can
learning.
learn. And there's people who can program without going to school, but like it's still a lot of
people
work.
Yeah.
Chow.
Well, Chow Ren also went to school.
Yes, I know.
Former core member Chow Ren, star student in everything.
Works for Google now.
Works for Google.
Shout out to
on-
Chow, man.
Shout out to Chow Ren,
If you're out there.
keeping Android Developer Studio alive. Yeah.
So I have a completely different topic. We're
Yeah.
all here, musicians in one way or another.
Sure.
You play, I want to say the trumpet, but that's...
No, that's actually the only instrument I don't play. basically.
Suckers,
Oh,
I play
really?
the trumpet.
Yeah.
Oh, I knew one of you played the trumpet. Dang it. Okay, well, so Alex and
I'm
I
fairly
play
good at
guitar.
yodeling.
Do it for us.
Yeah, no. Not actually.
Warm up your Chewbacca.
Oh my gosh.
Perfect.
So, I have to do a project next semester, and I really want to do something with my guitars. I have both acoustic and electric, but I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know of any issue with the guitars.
What kind of project is it?
It's open-ended. It's just an engineering.
Oh, you have to solve
Project.
some engineering problem.
Yeah. So I need a problem, but like my guitars don't really have problems.
We were talking about it earlier. One example was like the pickups on the guitar use magnets. She was saying that some students they use like a camera, like an optical pickup
Yeah.
They've
to like
created
change the
optical
sound.
pickups.
That was like
It made it
something
far
someone
more
else did.
accurate. But that's a little more involved than I can get because optics. But
Yeah, digital image processing, Gabe.
Ah, that's so short.
Yeah.
another thing we were asked to do was create a panic button. Core was asked if we could create a panic button for this building to put in the RA office. So
So
theoretical
what happens?
situation, a threat walks into the building. The
Push the
RAs
big
are
red
able
button
to
and-
hit a button under the table that's the panic button that alerts UPD without them making a phone call or any such thing.
Okay,
I mean,
so it
that's
wouldn't
like-
like turn on the alarms or anything. We wouldn't have to
It
like
would be
install an alarm
a
system.
silent warning.
Okay.
I mean, like,
It just, like,
that wouldn't be
you know
too
what it
bad.
is? It's just like a button hooked up to a flask thing that just like calls.
Yeah, it would be
Twilio.
a button
It's
that's
like
hooked
really
up to a
simple.
Raspberry Pi, and then it makes a HTTP
Twilio
request.
request
A
or something.
Twilio request.
It like actually just calls them.
It
So-
just
I
yeah.
feel like a team of us should get together and like the engineers could do.
That sounds like it could be a fun
the
small
physical part.
project.
Yeah, it could be a
Like-
core project
Yeah.
for next semester.
Sure. Yeah.
So it would go from like the internet to the phone call.
Yeah. The only thing I'd be worried about is if it relies on the internet, then you have to make sure that it's connected to the internet at all times, even when a panic like.
But like, if
type
it
problem
doesn't rely on the
What if you
internet, then
use,
how
like,
does that even work?
What if you use
We
like
need,
a
like,
4G
phone
network
wires or
connection?
something.
we need we would need a SIM card.
That I feel like that's doable. You could do it with.
We had a
But then
simple
someone would
SIM
have to,
card. We could hack something
pay.
together.
Don't tap the table. Yeah, I think that would be a fun project.
That could be totally doable. I mean, you could get a wired connection. It would be really cheap too.
Yeah.
Like you buy a button. Like you could buy one of those
Buy a
novelty
button.
like buttons and hack it. Like open up the wires,
Get one
just
of those
rewire it
thousands.
to
Yeah,
a
like
Raspberry
an
Pi.
easy button. You're like, oh, it's
Yeah.
just an easy button. Like,
Someone's trying to rob us.
Someone's got a gun.
But that's such an interesting theoretical idea because I never think about that. I thought about it at Dutchess because we had more
Mhm.
issues there, but
Oh yeah.
here, like, security's
I
a
would
lot
never use
looser.
it.
Like, it would be pretty easy to get into the building as a threat.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
like,
no.
and then what?
and then like just
Well, like, the ability to quickly prevent it or to quickly alert somebody. I mean, granted, it would only be effective at like 8 o'clock to midnight.
Yeah, because like once they leave the room, then it's like totally useless. And like, how do you even know if it's a threat?
True. I mean,
Better
would be
safe than
kinda-
sorry. Push the button. Like if you think it's a threat, then UPD shows up.
cops show up. Like, no, sorry, he was just delivering Chinese food.
Oh, no.
Like, I don't know. I
Well-
don't think it would ever be useful. I've never like. There's
You have to
never
be-
been like. I've been here long enough, and nothing's ever happened. So
It's
like,
the first time for everything, Gabe.
I know.
Yeah.
It's like what? It's geometric.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like as the successive tries go on, like there's
Yeah.
more chance.
Eventually, it's gonna happen.
But like,
the probability of that happening as n goes to infinity.
but like,
is-
even if there was a button, right? Like someone walks in, the RA hits the button, and then the guy just like goes up the elevator, and then the cops show up, and he's already done what he's gonna
He
do.
went that way.
Not
but the
necessarily.
cops show up
He-
faster.
Yeah.
You don't have to make a phone call
Yeah.
to get them over here. You just need to push a button.
It's not really so much that we need it as like just like we have it.
It's
Yeah.
more of a security.
Yeah, it's like a safety
Literally,
net.
it's security.
Yeah. Well.
We were approached and asked if we could do this,
Really?
theoretically, yes.
Like, I don't know. Grace
Okay.
is like sitting on the floor, like
so
on her
if
computer. Like,
somebody needs it, then
well, it
don't
sounds
see
like
why
something
not.
they had been considering,
okay.
and that was more of a, like, put some feelers out, see how doable this is kind of thing.
Well,
Like, it couldn't hurt.
I would suggest that like the best way to do it would be to like the best and cheapest way to do it is obviously you just need like a Raspberry Pi. Even an Arduino probably would be simple enough to do it.
Anything with like an Ethernet port, you can
Yeah.
easily do.
The Arduino doesn't really have an internet
Don't
thing.
they have
my
one that
friend
has
has a
one.
hedgehog.
Yeah, they do.
Because like all you really need is like
internet.
a long
Hook-
Ethernet
hook
cable
up a
that
button
hooks
to
up
the
to the
internet.
core server. That's like it.
Could
Yeah.
we
That'll
could do
work.
like something? Could we like run it through the walls and
Do
like
it to the
it's
ceiling.
We
I mean,
just
like-
need to get connected to the internet.
yeah okay.
As long
I'm
as
sure
it's
they have
on
an
an
Ethernet
internet.
port in there.
We can
Yeah,
even do
yeah.
wireless.
And then what? You just click the button and it's like the server will send a like,
You just
Yeah,
sends, like,
what
a
would
text
happen? It
message
would be
to your
like
PD
that.
saying,
That
like,
there would be like a Raspberry Pi installed in a button,
Mhm.
like think giant novelty red,
Yeah,
Staples button. You hit it, it contacts the internet. The internet makes a request to our core server.
Mhm.
The server says, "Oh crap," and then like go calls the police.
Yeah, but like on the police side, that's the side I don't get. Like what
They
happens
would
on that
either
side?
they would get a phone call that says like, this building is requesting an officer,
Oh, okay.
or they could get a text message. We could either of
Yeah,
them.
like
It would
they
just
do that
not
too.
that
yeah, it would be
They
a
get an
pre-recorded
email,
thing.
like just
Yeah.
something that that we set up,
Whatever's best for them.
Yeah, yeah.
and then
Okay.
that just goes out, and
Then they show
then
up.
they show up.
Interesting.
We tell them the building.
Down.
Obviously, for the first model, it would just be O'Connor.
Yeah, I just say like O'Connor, like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can play any audio file. So they'll pick up the phone and it could say anything.
Emergency. And
Yeah, if we use
Yeah.
Twilio, we just need to get someone to pay for the Twilio number, and anytime we push a button, it would charge you.
What is Twilio?
Like 5 cents.
Twilio is actually a fantastic API that allows you to connect to phone, like do phone
Yeah, you
number
can
Oh,
call
from
phones. You
phone
can do
service.
texting.
texting.
That's really
Answer
cool.
texts. Like when we did Hack the Planet.
Yeah, no, we made a text-based adventure game, literally like SMS text-based
Oh, cool.
adventure game.
Yeah,
where,
so you type like go
text,
forward and then like the server responds to that.
and your character moves forward in a maze. Yeah,
Have you ever played Zork?
yeah, it was like that.
That would be really cool. You play
Yeah,
Zork
it
on
would
your
give you a
phone.
response. It'd be like you would be like look around, and it would give you a response in a text message.
Yeah.
Say you see this.
That's awesome.
That's what we did.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Didn't win. But
Well,
I remember
it was kind of hacky. So
Hacky.
Pretty neat.
Are you coming to Hack RPI?
It's like the third time I've answered that question for you.
Yeah, I know.
It's all right.
I just didn't know if you would change your mind.
No, I have friends there. I'm definitely going there. Like that was
Got it.
always the plan.
I
A
got
lot
in
of
this
people
morning.
aren't certain. I understand though, because a lot of people are
1:15
like
a.m. I got in this morning.
1:15 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I got one at like midnight too, like around that time.
Heck.
well,
It
I
must
mean, the
be
guy
all-
comes back from work and he's like trying to do his thing.
I guess I should respond to
Somebody-
these kids. They're
Somebody, it was funny. I looked at the email that I got, and it was like, "Congratulations, you've been, confirmed, accepted into Hack RPI." I was like, "Great," and then like, confirm your attendance.
And then they sent you another one.
No, well, and I went to go to the email, clicked on the link, and I saw my profile. It was like log in, and I logged in with all my credentials, and then my profile popped up, and it was like, "Congratulations, Taylor Foxhole, you've been accepted to confirm your spot." I was like, "What?" Like, I don't know how that happened. I wasn't on a phone when I filled that out. I was in New York City, and I walked into an Apple store, found a MacBook Pro, and filled it out in there. So I don't like
Fun
understand how Foxhole got entered into the form.
The guy like
with
typed
it.
it in. by
I don't know how you
hand.
guys messed this up.
So I have friends there at Hack RPI, so I can only assume they're either one messing with me or something happened in between that I just didn't notice.
Oh, that would be funny. Messing with me.
But last time, like, I've never seen my friends at RPI been involved in hackathons before. So
Same. I'm just going
Yeah.
for some free food and hang out with my friend. I don't have a project idea for this one.
I never have project ideas for hackathons.
I
always
try
just
to write
go-
them down, honestly. Like, sometimes I'll get an idea and I'm like, oh, that's a great hackathon thing, and I'll, like, write it down somewhere.
Yeah, I've definitely gotten. I've worked with people before that have that as well. Where I was in Hack NY and we teamed up with a guy who had just like a ton of ideas.
It always changes, though. You get
Yeah.
there and you're like, here's my idea, and then you're like, maybe if I do this. And, like, but
Well,
that's
Hack
how the
NY
game
was like a
is.
20-hour hackathon, and he wanted to like make a like note-taking plugin for Vim that was compatible with another one, and then it stored like notes on a server somewhere. It was. Oh, I shouldn't be saying it. Actually, he like didn't want me to talk about
It's
it.
like
He
top
he made
secret.
sure that we were in a quiet room.
That's what you get, kid.
Yeah,
Should have
I'm
signed
sorry.
an NDA.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, wherever you are out there.
What's NDA?
Non-disclosure agreement.
Yeah, it means if I talk about it, then he can like take legal action. But he can't because he didn't make me sign an NDA. It was just a hackathon idea.
What even like say I sign an NDA and like I blab and the company like loses money? Like,
Yeah.
I
Then you pay them
or
back.
something.
Yeah. Well, they'll bring you to court.
Yeah.
And then the justice system will decide how much you owe them.
The
Okay.
justice system.
Which
So
is
it's pretty much normally like
Reparations.
you pay a fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well-
Or they could fire you if you work there or something.
Oh, okay.
Something like that.
So don't go around breaking NDAs.
Yeah. Generally, people kind of start distrusting you.
I mean, like, don't sign one unless you aren't
Like,
going to talk.
Yeah. Okay. Makes sense.
Don't just go around signing NDAs either.
Yeah, then you can't talk about anything. People sue you for it. Freedom of speech. Except when legally bound not to speak.
Except when you sign the NDA.
Well, you're still free to speak.
You
There's
just
just
speak. Yeah.
consequences.
Well, that's the thing is
Oh,
the whole freedom of speech people confuse with freedom to speak without consequence.
Yeah.
Really, it means there are still consequences.
true.
You just are allowed to. This is the part where we have a
Ran out of
weird,
steam.
weird pause. We kind of have to recover a little bit.
So it's fall. It's getting cold
Yep.
outside. Oh, Whitney Field.
Oh my god.
Edit yourself. Jesse's not here.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
we
you
can
want
go.
to start at
For the historical
beginning. Yeah, what
record.
Okay,
happened?
so it was, I believe,
Do
9
we even
o'clock
know
in the
what
morning.
happened?
Me and Peter were
Yeah.
walking down like the stairwell over there, and Alex Jackson comes up and he goes, "There's a sinkhole in Whitney Field." And like we get outside, and there's a hole probably like 2 feet in diameter, and like that's all it was. It's just a hole, and it went like straight down. And then I went to class, came back like 2 hours later maybe, and it was just like 40 feet of just like a giant like excavation site. And
I
then-
passed it. I want to say it was on Thursday, right? So I passed it around like 10,
Mhm.
and someone had put like cones around it.
Yeah.
And it was like probably
There were like
a couple
3
feet in
cones.
diameter, but like
Just like
it
one
just
hole.
slowly like got bigger. Yeah.
Slowly.
Well, I mean, like,
went to class,
not
came
slowly.
back, field
Yeah.
gone.
but
like,
like 2 hours is like a long time.
I suppose.
Yeah, no, I was pretty impressed. I woke up and then I got an email from the person, like the Dickinson person who manages. The,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and she was like, "Yeah, you can't use the correct field anymore. It's closed off right now." I was like, "That's weird. I wonder why you're doing
don't walk
that.
on it.
Why are you doing
Yeah,
that
like-
again? Like we waited like a whole year and a half for that thing to open up the first time. Why are we closing it?" And then I walked outside, bulldozers all over the place. I was like, "What happened here?"
The entire
They're
field
putting
has
up
been dug
fences.
out.
I was like,
Santa
"What the
came earlier.
I didn't even see the sinkhole. They had already started excavating because a pipe had burst.
I want to know what happened.
Well, what happened is from what I can tell, the pipe caved in,
Yeah.
and then just brought all the dirt with it.
Oh yeah.
Because what would happen is dirt would fall in, and,
And
the
then
water would push
take
it,
away.
and then just continuously going
Yeah.
until like they were like, "Oh my god!"
Like,
The
he's like, "Oh,
irony-
we should do something."
The irony really is that it's our field that is having the issue, but Hinman's dining hall is shut because of it.
Well,
Is
they
that
just had a pipe
is that the
burst. It
reason?
might be
I thought
different.
I thought that was a
leak
separate
today.
incident.
Yeah,
Oh, maybe it
separate.
is.
I was like, how? Like, I got the email. I was like, that's funny. Another pipe burst.
I was
Like,
like, what?
pipes are bursting
Well,
all over
like,
the place.
It's just our
It's probably
output,
that rain.
so like the water still goes through. Like it's just like you take a shower and then like that dirty water goes
Where's it
yeah,
go?
it was there.
to the
Simeon was asking
reservoirs.
about that.
Oh,
I think, yeah.
They send it to leach fields. If it's gray water, it'll go to leach fields. If it's sewage, it goes to a tank and is trucked out.
They cesspool.
Gotta love those days.
Yeah.
Oh my lord,
Oh yeah.
that's
They were like building
Stanky
a
stank.
they were like building a chimney
Really
for that
bad.
stuff outside of C4.
Is that what that's for?
I think it is.
Oh.
Somebody theorized that. It wasn't my idea,
You
but
said-
I mean, they're
Oh.
building.
oh, it was Joe.
they're
who was
building
like,
a
I think
chimney,
they're
but I
doing
don't know
that.
what it's for.
Yeah, it's just like
It's
if I feel like if they needed a chimney before, it would have been there already. So it's got to be something that's like either new or not that important.
yeah, it's coming out of like. So like where you can see it coming out of the building is like where the old Cortex was.
Yeah, but
So-
they still allow people in that room, so I don't think
Yeah.
it has to do with that.
So they're either like made that a smoking room or like
I highly doubt it.
Yeah, that
It's
was
just got like its
No,
own
yeah.
Oh, we
fireplace.
want to smoke
Yeah.
in here. Let's install a chimney.
Yeah, like they would do that.
no, yeah, but there's also the fact that it stanks like really badly over there
Oh,
because
God,
of the
that's
sewage
so bad.
is over there.
And it's right next to the dining hall. You're like going to get food, and you're like,
Yeah, like-
oh no, never
Not
mind,
hungry anymore.
lost it.
Just kind of get that feeling.
The feeling that
it's not
Jesse
good.
must have every time he consumes an ounce of milk.
An ounce of milk.
I feel like at this point he has to hate milk. Like there's no way he's consumed that much of it and still likes it.
I don't know.
Well, that's not
man.
the point. You just can't stop.
Jesse's dedicated.
I would hate milk.
You gotta give him that.
What is
Jesse,
he doing?
Wait,
He just-
Jesse.
You have to drink a gallon a
Consumes
day
massive
Why?
amounts of everything.
for like
He
protein.
comes
for
up with
gains.
some strange
That's
things.
disgusting. Why would
He
do
drinks
that?
a gallon of milk a day.
Why would
That's
he
like
do that?
2,400 calories.
He's gonna something bad's gonna happen. I don't know.
Just
He's gonna like turn 27,
And he's
just,
still
like,
a stick.
just like
his heart is just gonna like explode, just
I don't
from
know.
the caffeine.
As
I mean,
long
it's
as he
just
doesn't drink.
milk.
Oh yeah. So like the thing is, his heart will explode once he consumes ludicrous amounts of caffeine.
It's
So
insane.
yeah, he takes like 15 espresso shots.
oh god.
Yeah, we went
He's
to
gonna have a heart attack.
Jasmine's on Thursday, and he goes up and he's like, "Can I have 9?" And then like we're waiting there, and the guy's like, "I put an even 10 just to like." And he was like, "Thanks,"
Thanks, mate.
and just like drank it.
Yeah, I feel like Jesse wants to like gain weight, but I feel like he's just speeding up his metabolism.
He's just
exponentially.
gonna kill himself. He's gonna have a heart attack.
Well,
from
what
that
he used to
stuff.
do is just sit and eat like the problem is all he's been eating is like chicken, but he used to eat like pasta and bread and stuff.
Yeah,
They
that
gotta
stuff
change
is
it
gonna
up.
give you weight.
That's what.
Like,
Yeah, if he wants to gain weight, you got to eat carbs.
Eat some waffles.
We got to bring him out to like Denny's or something.
Oh yeah, get him some
Yeah.
pancakes.
Endless shrimp, dude.
Ooh, I
2
can
a.m.
understand the
Denny's.
John Walters, oh my lord, he what do you call it? Extorted his birthday? Is that the word? Extorted?
Extorted? Like he forced something out of his birth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
No, he was just like
He got every free thing that you could ever get. On
Oh,
your
wow,
birthday.
really?
Okay.
yeah.
He went to
But like
Denny's
that
for
makes
a free
it's his
That
birthday.
was
birthday.
629.
Birthday.
Actually, it's my birthday.
Yeah, like,
Sir,
I
this
didn't
is
even know half
this
the
is a
stuff.
mechanic. So this is the dentist.
We're like, we don't remove
Bank.
teeth for free.
But it's my birthday.
That's ironic that you say that because he was
Have you
complaining
known
about
so-
his wisdom teeth.
Oh, does he still have his wisdom teeth?
Yeah.
Mine were
coming in.
removed. Like, I have so many teeth problems. Like, my health bill is like pretty clear, except my teeth. Like, everything goes wrong with my teeth.
My sister's the same way. Her teeth are like a shit show, and like everything else is perfect.
I don't know what it is.
I had braces, so I used to have like perfect teeth, but I never wore my retainers, and then they just like went back to the.
Yeah, you know, like I actually never wore braces either.
What the heck?
Yeah, I never had
That's-
braces. Both my siblings have to have them. They still have them. They've been on them for years,
That's
but
right.
like I never had them.
Braces suck.
I had to wear
But
headgear.
I also,
You're probably like.
when I was in
"Don't."
4th grade, I tripped and fell, and my front teeth went through my like bottom lip and onto some stairs and shattered. So like that was fun.
Ow.
That was a fun afternoon.
My teeth. Taylor.
When I was little, my I have front two teeth, I think. Like the baby teeth, they didn't fall out; they were ripped out. Cause like
Oh.
I bit down onto a blanket and my sister yanked on it and like no more front teeth.
Gone.
Like they weren't even loose; they were just like gone. Yeah,
right
it's
out.
an effective way to lose teeth.
Did any of you guys ever do the thing where you tie your tooth to like a string and tie it to
No.
the
Doorknob
Yeah,
and
I
slam
never
it.
did. Did you do it?
ridiculous.
I would never
Yes,
have done
I
that.
think
I
I
never
did.
did
I would have never done that when I was a
My
kid.
teeth just like fell out.
My dad
Or my
offered
like
to pull
grandfather
them
would
with
just like
pliers.
pull it. Yeah.
Hold still, Gabe. Yank.
I think I tried it once.
Did it? Well, I mean, obviously it hurt.
I don't
Like,
think it was that bad.
Was the tooth like
honestly.
ready to come out?
Yeah, I'm sure. it
Yeah,
was.
when you can move it like upside down, it's
Yeah.
like it'll fall. Eventually.
Don't you remember how strange that felt having a loose
Yeah.
tooth?
Yeah, I remember
You just
sticking my
play
tongue
with
like
it.
underneath my tooth. I was like, this is weird.
Oh man, losing teeth.
We'll never get to
Back-
lose our teeth.
back-
Actually,
back
we
when
will
we
get to lose our
Oh.
I can't wait for
Woo!
those days.
Just gotta wait a little while.
60 years, here we go. Yeah, man.
Good luck
That
with
was like, what, 7, 8? Was that around the time when people
Yeah,
start
that
losing
was
their
a
teeth?
while ago. If I start losing teeth, I'm gonna like be giving them to my mom. Be like, I want some money.
You're like, yeah, tooth fairy, let's go.
What a weird human habit. Like,
yeah,
That all
you pay
humans
people
do.
for their teeth.
Oh, that too. The tooth fairy.
Oh,
Oh,
you were
the
talking.
tooth
You were
fairy.
talking like.
I was talking about just like that we lose
Yeah.
all of our
I
teeth.
was like,
Like
well,
we
like
start
it's
out
very,
with some
it's
teeth.
pretty
and then-
common.
Well,
in, like,
because I
other
guess
animals as well.
do they
Young-
lose teeth?
young
Not
children
necessarily
can't really
teeth,
take
but,
care
like,
of them.
A lot of things like that.
Crocodiles go through like tons of teeth.
Yeah, sharks go.
yeah,
through
but
tons
they
of
Yeah,
use
teeth.
sharks
that.
are
They
fun.
use those a lot.
That's true.
Isn't
we
it
use
kind
our
of weird
teeth.
that we keep
Rodents-
like the same teeth then for what?
I mean, we're supposed to be
70
like
years?
vegetable eaters, so that's not supposed to be too intense on a, as opposed to sharks and alligators
which are,
that just eat everything.
like-
So it's the amount of sugar that we eat that destroys our teeth.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, sure, yeah. I mean,
Makes a lot of
ask your
sense.
dentist.
Does anybody care if I turn the light on?
No, I don't.
Go for it. It burns.
Now my
Fun
screen's
part.
just like all glare. So
Turn
Don't
the
need it.
brightness up.
I don't want
I don't wanna. No.
So you were talking about music earlier. What instruments do you just play the guitar?
I play the piano and the clarinet as well.
Oh, when did you start?
Which
Your first instrument.
I started piano when I was 7,
Oh, nice.
and I played it for like 7 years. I think till I was 14, and I played my clarinet for 9 years.
There you go.
Yep.
What about you, Millie?
I got my guitar for Christmas, so I've
Last year.
Last year?
yeah,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
almost at a year now.
Practicing.
Yeah,
Nice.
and then I played trombone in like or elementary school band.
Oh,
But
but you dropped it after.
Jeez.
Yeah, I wasn't very good. The most enjoyment I got out of it was I played the trombone, so I would poke people. That was my favorite part of the band.
Trombonists.
I was a tromboner.
Oh
Trombone.
my god! Wow. How old
Um,
are you?
yeah, no, in my high school we had an event called Bonanza. That was like a trombone event. It happened during
Oh, that's
Halloween
kinda
as
neat.
well.
Oh, I get it. Bonanza.
Have you seen like the marching band? Have you seen the trombones they do? It's called suicides, where so there's a line of people playing trombone, and every other person will like bend down, and the other will look over, and then
Oh,
they'll bend
jeez.
down, and the other
Better
guys
not
will look
screw
over,
that up.
and like if you do it wrong, people just lose teeth all the time.
bet.
Because they just get smacked with a trombone. Yeah, it's pretty intense.
the trombone as well.
Wow.
My
Poor
school,
trombone.
My school is pretty little. My graduating class was 97 kids.
Oh, yeah.
And we had one band. It was the concert band. But one year we had this big parade, and they asked us if we wanted to play in it, because the concert band is also the pep band when it comes to that time of year. And they asked us to be in a parade, so we had one entire day. We all got out of class for an entire day, and it was freezing, I remember. They tried to teach us concert band people to be a marching band. It was the biggest explosion. It was just terrible, but it was so funny.
It was just one day,
We had an
is
entire
how you
day
be
of
a
it was
marching
6 hours of just
yeah.
Wow.
try to march. And
No.
I don't know if you guys ever had to play in pep band or play outside. Oh my goodness. So
Oh, I never did
brass
that.
instruments, for one, they go way out of tune because of the cold.
Cold, yeah.
And your hands get really, really cold.
Mhm.
So, but brass players for the most part can wear gloves, whereas people who play the flute,
Yeah,
the oboe, the
woodwinders, yeah.
clarinet, you have to have your fingers because you have to be able to seal those holes. And oh my lord, it's so cold, and you're like, I don't even know what I'm doing right now
You're
because I
shivering.
can't feel it.
My pitch is slowly going down.
And especially the wooden instruments go way out of tune.
Yeah, I
and
know.
it's just oh god, please.
As a saxophonist, that was so hard to control.
Oh
You play
yeah.
saxophone?
Yeah.
I was in marching band, I think, for 3 or 4 months
Yeah.
of my the end of 8th grade, and I was it's not too bad, but I don't actually want to get in costume because it was such a hassle.
My dad signed me up for the fife and drum corps.
But I was
Really?
so I stopped doing it. But I continued to play in school.
My school was big. Arlington High School is we had a graduating class of about 800.
Oh wow. Okay.
And Arlington is also very well known for its music department and for its marching band. We did lots of what?
We always beat you.
In what?
The competitions.
The marching band competitions?
Not marching band though.
Yeah, I'm not
I
saying
didn't know that was
marching
a
band
thing.
competitions.
Well, they didn't even have a
We
marching
didn't
band.
have one.
Yeah, I was about to say what are you
You
talking
can't
about?
beat that which doesn't exist.
But so there were a lot of my friends were marching band people, and they were a cult. It is known as a cult. They're just crazy people. And I had a lot of friends as well that didn't go to that school, but still were in marching band. My best friend was a what do you call it? A drum major?
Percussionist.
No,
No, the drum major.
the
The
drum
guy with
major.
the whistle?
He was Yeah, he was leading things.
Yeah, so the drum major.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's like the guy who like stands in the front and like kind of conducts
But
the
like,
marching
the
band.
drums or like the
No,
Not the drums,
They're
it's
just
just
called
called
the
the
drum
drum
major,
major.
but
They
it's
don't
like
actually
the
play
entire
drums.
marching band. They're like the leader.
He was a trumpeter.
Oh, is he the guy that's like or no?
No, that's
Yeah,
that's like a
okay.
flag. It's a person. You'll hear
That's
them.
color
They're
guard.
with the whistle.
Mhm.
So they give different commands with the whistle. That
Interesting.
kind of thing, and they keep time.
That's cool.
So if you ever go to like a football game and you see there's gonna be like 3 people on the side
Mm-hmm.
that are like conducting, the one in the middle is usually the drum major for the
Interesting.
marching band. Yeah.
That's neat.
You know what's actually pretty easy to play?
Hmm?
The fife. The
I
fife.
had a
Flute?
fife.
It's sort of like a flute but no keys. It's like the recorder is to a clarinet,
Yeah.
fife is to a flute.
Yeah, I got one
okay.
from like Colonial Williamsburg or something, but I couldn't play it. I couldn't get it to whistle.
I don't know. My dad signed me up for the fife and drum corps one season,
Oh,
and I
boy.
played the fife for like a few months,
Nice.
and it was super easy.
You know what else is easy to play? The triangle.
I don't think they have triangle in marching band.
Oh man, that's too bad.
The symbols.
Best instrument.
Yeah, they have cymbal, bass drum, and then quads.
I like the slapstick.
Snares.
No, they have snares as well. Yeah, I like the quads best. It's like-
Oh, the kettle drums, they were always the coolest.
Hmm.
I thought.
My favorite drums probably like the tin drums from like Jamaica. I don't even know what they're called.
Yeah, that's what
Steel
they're called.
drums?
Like steel
Okay.
drums.
Oh yeah, steel drums. That's what it is. They have that cool noise.
Oh man. I used to go to band camp and they would have the steel drum
Band camp.
thing. Oh man, I love band camp.
Nerds.
WestCon.
Time at band camp. What? It's just like
Band camp was amazing.
A lot of people from my high school went to WestCon band camp actually.
It was a big thing, and they would have like the steel drums at the end of it, and they would always play the song "Hot, Hot, Hot," and like the whole of band camp that wasn't involved in that would make a huge train. You know, like you put your hands on this.
oh
people's
conga
shoulder.
line.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we would walk like the entire theater. Like there was upstairs and downstairs, and like the entirety could make a line that went all the way through downstairs, up the stairs, and like through the upstairs, and you just kept going.
That's awesome.
It was pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
Band camp was amazing.
I
We
just
had the
spent
most
my summer like
intense dodgeball
sleeping.
games.
Yeah, I played like video games.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Delivered
Played a
pizza.
lot of video games.
What, during the summer?
Yeah. I mean, I went to band camp when I was younger, but when I was in high school, I didn't do that.
Ecology camp.
Because when I arrived in high school, band became just the worst, most like chore-y thing ever. Because I didn't like try. I'm like I like music, but I didn't
Like,
Yeah.
you do it for fun.
participate
It was like-
for much. Yeah,
Yeah.
like I did most things, and because my school was so competitive about music, and I hate competitive things.
Took away from it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it always like ruins it. So I had very little incentive to actually
Mm-hmm.
practice.
Yeah, I didn't practice.
And I
My-
didn't like
never
playing
practiced, like,
things.
trombone.
Once I graduated, like my instrument broke the fall of my senior year,
Yeah.
and so I would just borrow like the school's one,
Yeah.
and then like I just never got my instrument fixed. So like it's still broken, like to this
day.
day, like 4 years later. Because like if I'm gonna get a new one, I'll just buy a new one because the one I had was like trash.
Yeah.
But like
yeah.
it just never mattered to me. It was like I don't care if I'm like first chair or not. Like
I didn't practice.
Yeah. I don't even think I got to that level.
I
like,
was-
first, second chair.
oh,
It was like
well we
fourth
had
grade, we'd
so we have
play.
like
Yeah.
3 different bands and then we have like orchestra, but like we have 3 different bands, and so there's like the like lowly trash players and then
Yeah.
like the okay people, and then there's like the
Like the
professional
really
like
good ones.
yeah. So like it was either do you want to be first chair in like the okay one or like last chair in the like good one.
Yeah.
I think I was 3 out of 12.
But the good one would play at graduation, so I played that one.
I was in our trash, like lowest tier.
I'd rather shine with the people that don't know how to play, because then like I'll be like, yeah,
It's
I'm
more
good.
fun.
The thing is though, like
Yeah.
when I joined, there was only like one, and so all my friends were in that one, and so like when they went up, I was like lonely, so I just like
yeah.
moved.
Oh, I might as well go up to
Yeah, I was like, I don't mind being 4th chair. 4th chair is not too bad,
Not
but
bad.
you're also 4 out of 4, so you are last chair.
Yeah, but still, like you're
Yeah.
still. Like,
It's
with
better
all
than
the
like
good people.
10th
There's
chair.
only up to go
Yeah,
from there.
and then like if someone was absent, you get to play solos and stuff.
I never even had the opportunity to go up. Like all of I played it for 3 years, and then I replaced it with APCS in my senior year. But I was never asked to like, oh, would you like to move on? Like, cause I played tenor sax there. Like I played alto sax all of like elementary, middle school. But in middle school for like a year in 7th grade, I played tenor sax. Loved it. Didn't want to leave the instrument. So throughout high school, I played tenor, and tenor, there's just so very few tenors. It's super competitive. So even if you're
Is
a
it
good
really?
tenor, yeah, because
Yeah,
there's
we
only
only have
a
one.
couple
we could never
tenors.
get enough.
But like, if you want to move up, then you have to be better or just as good as the current tenors. And the people who played tenor were good. They were into
we
it.
just didn't have enough people in our school that there was even
Whereas-
one.
Yeah.
Like we had
Whereas-
one oboe guy, and he graduated, and then it was
Oh,
like
really?
no
That was it.
oboes.
Yeah.
We had the similar situation for like a bass clarinet or something. Just like we
Yep.
only ever had one bass
Yeah.
That was like-
clarinet ever.
My brother was like one of 2
Same thing
French
for
horn
oboe.
players.
Yeah.
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 We had one guy, and they wouldn't let him like drop the class because he was
He's
the
like
only,
French horn. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's so much pressure.
Yeah.
It
well,
depends on like. We always got gold in like NISMA, so like it wasn't a problem. Like he didn't have to be good.
I never understood NISMA. Everyone's like, yeah, we got gold, and
I
then it's
never
like
understood
every
it.
now
Just,
and
like-
then someone's like, we got gold with distinction.
Yeah, you
Like,
just
I've
go
never-
and then like you play, and the judges are like
They rate-
good, and then you like leave.
I've
Well,
never
they
heard of
rate you
anyone
on
not
different
get gold.
things.
Yeah.
It's like based on the difficulty of the piece.
Oh, okay.
So if you play a harder piece and you do well, then you get a better grade. But if you do like trash, then you don't actually do that bad because you're playing a hard
a
piece.
hard piece, yeah. So it actually does matter, like
Yeah.
what piece you're playing.
We never went to NISMA, but we would go to like Virginia Beach and compete.
Oh,
And
that's
every
cool.
year we would like win. So then they were finally like, "Hey, instead of going to Virginia Beach, do you want to come to New York City and play at Carnegie Hall instead?" And we were like,
Wow.
"Yeah." It cost so much money. Like
Yeah.
we had a grant for like $25,000 to send us,
Oh,
and
wow.
we still each paid like $400. But it was so worth it to get to play on that stage.
Yeah.
Oh my lord, that
Why is it expensive?
because of New York City.
But like, what is the cost?
What to
Rent that
like
Carnegie.
to feed us, to house us for 2 nights. It's
Because
like,
like they sent our marching band to Ireland, and it wasn't that expensive.
it was like 60 people.
Ireland's.
No, we had like 100 in the marching band. Like that's what like I don't know what they're charging you for.
I don't know why it cost so much money.
It's just a scam. They're like,
Yeah.
you want to come play Carnegie Hall? It's gonna cost you.
Yeah,
Just profit extremely.
it was worth it. I thought it's my senior year. It was pretty cool.
No, I didn't go on any of the trips.
My little brother did like a summer camp where they played at like Carnegie Hall. It was pretty cool.
How much did it cost? 20K?
I have no idea. But there was like
What does he play?
there was my little brother plays trombone. But, like there was like 12 groups of kids. It was like, and we had to watch like third graders do their thing. It's like, oh, they're so bad. It's like we had to sit and wait. Like, it was cool.
Yeah. The third grade experience, I know a lot about it. Just watch, because I have really young siblings, so like
Mhm.
when they started playing, I was already in high school,
Yeah.
so I already knew things about like what, I mean, like not to say that our bands were good, but just like I knew what they should sound like. I was
Yeah.
used to at least like high school level
Like,
laying.
you had been there. Like,
Yeah. So like when I went to go watch their concerts, it would just be like extremely pain. Well, the other thing is that they all played in the orchestra as well. They weren't like bands people. Like my siblings play viola and violin.
Oh, okay.
So there's also, you have to deal with like
Oh
the
my
young people
God.
also are a lot worse
Yeah, so you get a lot of
with
like
stringed
screeches
instruments.
and,
So yeah,
like-
you get weird sounds and stuff.
Oh.
They have gotten a lot better over the past few years, but
Mhm.
yeah, they're a lot more musical than I am actually, especially my sister.
My dad just gave me like $300. That's
It's
right.
funny, like we would go to my little brother's like concerts, and I'd be like Mom, like it's just like I don't want, and she'd be like, they're better than you were.
No!
Right. Like, I don't remember. That was a
My
while
brother
ago.
never played an instrument.
Oh really?
Yeah.
It's
My
more
sister's always
enjoyable
better
just
than me at
listening.
everything she does. So. What do you guys know about El Nino?
El Nino. It's the seasonal rains.
Yeah,
Bad
it comes
El
like
Nino?
once every 7 years. Or
Yeah,
something.
every once in a while, just the weather patterns that just wreck the western and coast and anything in the Pacific, touching the Pacific.
It dumps a lot of rain.
Well, California needs it, so.
Oh, true, yeah. But
I mean, they don't need that much rain.
you know what I really wish I could go see this
All at
year
once.
is the Maverick Waves. That would be awesome.
What's the?
I don't know what those are.
You guys haven't heard of Maverick Waves?
No.
Have you ever heard of the movie Chasing Mavericks?
Nope.
Why would they? Like,
Well, I don't know. It's a movie.
yeah, but then they would have heard of the waves, obviously.
Maverick Waves are off. They were basically across the street from where I stayed this summer,
Mhm.
but they only come during the winter, and they're just massive waves. and their movie that was done about them.
It's like surfing.
Yeah, so it's this guy, and he really wants to learn to surf on the Maverick waves. He's like this super good surfer, and the Maverick waves for a long time, I guess, were a myth. They didn't think that they exist because they're like a quarter mile offshore, and they finally were like this one guy.
Oh, do they like
found them?
Do they like get towed in by jet skis? And
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a Maverick
I've seen
wave.
this. It's insane.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So this movie, it's really cool. He finally gets out there to like surf. He's been training super hard with this guy to be able to surf the Maverick waves. And he gets up there and he gets on the peak of one, and he gets like doesn't quite catch it, and he gets caught at the very top.
Mm-hmm.
He gets just destroyed. Those waves have killed people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And he just gets destroyed by this wave, and he loses his board, and then he swims back out. He like survives, recovers,
Spoilers.
swims back out. Yeah. And the guy like offers to pull him onto this boat, and they were gonna like get him out of there. And he's like, "Can I have my board back?" And he catches a wave, and it's like this whole like heartwarming thing. But the Maverick waves, they're real, and like you can't actually go up on the bluff to see them anymore. It's blocked off.
Mhm.
It's a fort. It's like a Navy fort or something now.
Oh, darn.
Army fort. Yeah.
Darn Navy.
It's all blocked off
Ruining
with,
the
like,
good things
razor
in life.
wire and
Yeah.
stuff. It's like, okay, never mind. But it would be so cool to see them. There's a live feed of them too.
Has anyone ever gone to West Point to see the Navy band play the 1812 Overture?
I've never.
Yes.
I've been to
Yeah.
West Point, but not for that.
I
had a friend
did,
who went to West
for,
Point, that's like-
4th of July.
Yeah, the 4th of July weekend. Yeah. They play, they get their cannons out, and they play the 1812 Overture, and at the end there's supposed to be cannon. There's like written into the
cannon fire.
the sheet music.
Yeah.
It's written into the score. Cannon fire, so they have cannons. So most people just hit a drum or something. They have cannons, so they
That's
go
awesome.
and like yeah.
What is the 1812 overture?
What's the 1812 Overture? Have you ever heard?
Like, I feel like I probably recognize it.
Yeah, you would. Like you would recognize the ending.
Okay.
Have you ever seen like a bad comedy movie and there's usually a track playing in like the trailer of like that goes along with like people getting smacked in the face or something?
I have no idea.
Emma, can you pull up the 1812 Overture ending? That's the beginning of it. It's supposed to be, it was written by Tchaikovsky, right?
Oh, okay.
TCH something?
Tchaikovsky, yeah.
Yeah.
For this bit.
It's an orchestra.
Orchestras are so good. Have you guys heard the song 300 Violin Orchestra? It's
Yes.
like intense.
Oh, it's so cool.
Wow, that must be painful.
Yeah, there's so many.
No, it's really cool.
There's so many, you can squeak all you want. No one will hear you.
No one will notice.
Yeah, so the song is supposed to be like about Tchaikovsky wrote it as like a battle between the French and the British during the War of 1812 on their side. Oh god. You've heard this?
Is
That's
that the cannon
yeah.
fire? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. They have actual cannons.
Yeah, it's written into the score. You should fire cannons here.
Yeah.
Like
It's awesome.
musical instrument cannon. Shoot. Yeah, you just read the score. It's like, well, trumpets, violins,
Yeah.
cellos, violas, cannons, drums. Like, yeah,
Here
it's
we go,
there.
my big solo.
Yep, that's what it is.
So
That's
we're about at an hour.
Yeah, we are actually.
You know
about
that
to
means
And
get
our,
back.
our special guest has
It's
to
time.
play us a musical
Yeah.
thing.
That was interesting. We talked about music. right. Happy Halloween, everyone.
Okay, so everyone, this is after the thing has ended.
This post-show.
The post-show report.
Yeah.
Post-show analysis. Okay,
So
Gabe,
this is
what
where
do
we
you...
need to come up with the title and the guest for next week. Although, what is next week? You guys are gone? Next week is Y-Hack.
Oh.
Live from Y-Hack.
Live from Y-Hack. Ooh.
Oh, so then it has to be someone at Y-Hack.
Yeah.
I don't know who's going to Y-Hack.
Well, it'll just be like, I guess, everyone that goes, right?
The only person I know who's going to Y-Hacks is Sam. I don't know anyone
Who's
else.
that?
Sam. Britt.
Oh, we could have Sam Britt.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
Sam Brent.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know anyone else going to Y-Hacks.
Okay.
Well, I
That's
guess
fine.
it'll be
We'll
like
s-
live from
whoever's
Y-Hack.
there. Yeah, everyone who's there
Yeah.
can chip in.
We'll find. If it's in the same venue, then that's good because they had very closed off rooms and stuff. So we'll grab one
okay.
early.
Oh, yeah, you could do like hackathon specials where you
Yeah,
just do like
exactly.
everyone at the hackathon, yeah.
Because for the next 2 weeks, I'll be at a hackathon. So
Ooh, we're gonna have to do it from mixed hackathons.
we might. We'll have to. I'll have to be like on the scene, reporting from
Reporting to
RPI,
you.
'cause
live.
Reporting from
I'm-
RPI.
I think I might
And
be
you'll be
going to Harvard.
and Harvard. Yeah.
I might just stay home that weekend, but we'll see.
RPI's in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We could become CoreCast can become temporarily newscast from different hackathons.
The news court.
Do much better than
what's the
MLH
title
does
of this
with
one?
The title? Well,
Or
we
could
talked
stream
about a
it or
lot of
something.
music stuff.
No, it's about you.
It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the title's named after people. I mean, we usually just pick a name, but I don't know. I guess we'll give you the option.
I feel like he's got to do something with Chewbacca because I'm wearing
Sure,
my
why not?
costume. I guess we could just call it the Chewbacca cast. Because, like, I don't know. Man in a big teddy bear suit.
CoreCast 5 Halloween special episode.
Yeah, that
Chewbacca
works.
cast.
Chewbacca cast. That works. Or I don't know.
The man in the Chewy onesie.
The man in the Chewy onesie. That's pretty good.
Okay, that works.
I like it.
The
Halloween
Miller in the
special.
Chewy onesie.
CoreCast Halloween special. The man in the Chewy pajamas.
Chewy pajamas? Okay.
Chewy pajamas.
That'll work.
All right.
Sweet.
I like it. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So so the next 2 weeks are going to be populated by whoever's at the hackathons. But Miller, you still get to. I think you
Choose
still
the
get to
guest
decide
after.
who gets on the next.
Well, next is Core Lore after that.
oh,
for
you're
Thanksgiving.
right.
Thanksgiving
Ooh.
special.
I think
It'll
John
be
Walters
on
would have to be
Saturday
John
too.
Walters?
So we'll have
Special
to.
guest,
John
I think.
Walters is our guest for that one.
He would probably
Well,
do
we
that,
can
right?
do John Walters on Friday before the Core cast.
Yeah. Oh, should we do one on Friday and then do one for Core Lore?
Well, the thing, like, we can record Core Lore,
We could record the stories.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
the stories.
but
yeah.
like we can't.
Publish
we
that.
can't just move it around because it's gonna be like a hassle to move everything constantly.
Yeah, so we could have like a boom. We could put this on like a pole and like.
Yeah.
Hello?
Well, when they go up to tell stories,
You're the
we'll just have a mic or something. up
Yeah, with a
there.
podium.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we'll steal a podium somehow. I'll find one.
But we're
Steal
still
it
gonna
from
yeah,
Electron
yeah
or
okay.
something.
So but we can have a pre-Core Lore cast,
Sure.
a precast.
A
Yeah.
pre-core lore and then a post-core lore.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm so tired.
Sunday before the
Dare.
meeting.
Yeah. Oh my God. All right. So historical purposes, we're bringing back the historian, everyone.
Yeah.
Except it's split between me and Gabe now.
Oh yes, I didn't know what you meant there.
What, the historian?
Yeah.
We used
well,
to have a
what's the date
historian
today,
position.
Oh, really? Though, like
It's October
records and
30th.
stuff?
Oh,
Not
wait,
exactly Halloween.
Yeah, it's not quite
but
Halloween.
Basically Halloween. Everyone's in Halloween
It's
mode.
close. We got
Tomorrow's
actually,
real
we got, like,
Halloween, and
we have,
that's
like,
going to be a
5.5
mess.
hours.
Well, we gotta eat dinner still.
True.
I'm hungry.
Oh,
Me
yeah,
too.
you're right. I'm hungry too.
You guys want to go get food?
Yeah, let's get food.
Yeah, let's go get
Let's
food.
go-
All right.
That's a wrap.
John Walters
See
for
you
the next
guys later.
CoreCast episode. Thanks.
Until next time. Until